What's up, guys? Welcome to Gwhisky. My name is Jeff. Now, this is a channel where I offer my thoughts and opinions on a specific whiskey, and if you stick around at the end, I'll be giving it a score as well. That sounds interesting? Hit subscribe down below. And with that out of the way, why don't we jump into a review? Today, we're looking at the Kilchoman Sanaig. Stick around. So we're back with another Kilchoman today. We've got the Sanaig with us. I won't lie, Kilchoman is a distillery that I really like. Where I'm at right now, I'd probably place them in my top 5 if I'm being honest. I recently did a review of their 2020 Loch Gorm expression. I'll link it up there if you guys want to check it out. Spoiler alert, I absolutely love that one. And we're going to follow that one up with our Sanaig here. Sanaig is part of the Kilchoman core range. It's just a notch above their entry-level expression, which is called Mocker Bay. This is going to be their cheapest sherry-influenced expression. I've had a bunch of their bourbon matured stuff. I've had their Mocker Bays. I've had some single casks. And the Kilchoman distillate alone is beautiful stuff. But much like brands like Bunnahabhain or Glendronach, Kilchoman is just one of those distilleries that lends itself really well to sherry. Our Sanaig here is a vatting of both bourbon and sherry casks. And as I said, I really do like this distillery. I like their house style. I like most of the things they put out. Now, they can be hit or miss, but they're never boring. I find a vibrancy to Kilchoman whiskeys that you don't get with a lot of other whiskeys. There's a brash, kind of youthful, vibrant, dynamic energy to a lot of what they put out, which obviously I really do enjoy. But the brand's also been branching out a little bit lately. A lot of their newer releases, like that Loch Gorm I mentioned a moment ago, are much more refined. So we're starting to see them become a little bit more of a sophisticated brand as well. Beyond that, I also respect them because they're not afraid of a bit of experimentation. They do play around with some different casks. But they're not just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. They do have an experimental edge, but it's a calculated one, so they're playing to their strengths. So while we do have plenty of sort of bare bones, bourbon matured expressions from Kilchoman, which are great by the way, the Kilchoman distillate alone is enough to carry a whiskey. While we do have a lot of those expressions, their more interesting whiskeys tend to be sherry matured. Why? Because we get such a variety of sherry matured whiskeys from them. We have, of course, our Sanaig here. We have our Loch Gorm, which is an Oloroso matured whiskey. We have a new PX release. We had a Fino out last year, so a lot of variety from Kilchoman. I recently picked up the new 2021 PX matured expression. I'm really excited to pop that one, so you guys can expect a review of that one at some point. But stuff like your PX, your Loch Gorm, your Fino, these are all more premium priced whiskeys. If you're looking to get started with something more affordable and you like your sherry, our Sanaig here is probably your best bet. So why don't we hop into our review of this one, see what our whiskey is all about, and in the meantime, if you can kindly leave a like down below, that'd be greatly appreciated. Not surprisingly, we have some really good specs with this one. It comes in at 46% ABV. It's going to be non-chill filtered and our color is natural. Now, we always get craft presentation from Kilchoman, and I love it. So you can check out our natural color there. For bottle presentation, I think this is nice. I think the purple color scheme is distinctive. I like the double label aesthetic. I like the Kilchoman squat style bottle. I even like this little medallion that we have worked into the bottle at the top here. All of it looks good. Presentation score here is going to be 4 out of 5. Of course, Kilchoman is a craft distillery, and they're kind enough to say non-chill filtered and naturally colored right there front and center on the label, which you gotta love. Beyond that, there's not much happening on this bottle. There's no legends, there's no stories, there's no marketing blurbs. We don't even get tasting notes. So it's basically everything you need to know, nothing you don't. It's an aesthetically pleasing bottle. Yeah, I think it's great. Let's try our nose. Very nice. So it's a little bit young, brash, it's sweet, it's dry. The coastal elements are not lost behind the sherry in this whiskey. Peat, earth, honey drizzled dates, barbecue sauce, tobacco, leather polish, hazelnuts, cinnamon, malt drink. Now the palate. Very nicely sherried here. Peat, ash, smoke, brine, maraschino cherries, raisins, dates, charcoal, grilled squid, almond milk, cola, red berries, and leather. And now the finish. Stays pretty leathery. Grilled seafood again, sea salt, sherry, cherry cola, barbecue sauce again. I'm getting bonfire ash, barrel char, and some black pepper. This is a medium to long finish with lingering maritime notes. Brash but never crude or offensive. This whiskey is the perfect level of in-your-face-ness. I'm not always a huge fan of these no-age stated Islay offerings. Oftentimes they're a little bit too young for me. I'm looking for something with more refinement, but that's not the case for our Sanaig here. I'm always happy to circle back to this one. It's not even that young. It's a punchy whiskey, but it's not basic, nor is it a generic no-age stated Islay offering. We have that ashy, vibrant, dynamic Kilchoman profile, which already sets it apart, and then we get that extra layer of sherry, which is sweet but never too sweet. I think the sherry added some nice complexity here too. It's not as simple or as basic as a lot of similarly priced Islay offerings, and I also like how forward both of the core flavors are in this whiskey. It's both a peat and sherry driven whiskey. Usually you'll have one flavor that dominates over the other, but peat and sherry show up almost in equal measure here. And that works. It is a simple whiskey, but it's got some extra layers, some extra character to it. Now, some people have said that this whiskey is a little bit off balance, and I don't necessarily agree with that, but I see where they're coming from. Sometimes it does feel like your peat and your sherry are pulling in different directions. So I do get why that throws some people off. Personally, it doesn't bother me at all. I will admit that it's not a perfectly balanced whiskey. There are some flaws in here, but I think the character is so dynamic and the flavors in here are just so much fun that I'm willing to give it a pass. And you know, that's probably just because I have such a soft spot for Kilchoman. Anyway, excellent whiskey, not perfect, but a very fun whiskey with a likable character. I think if you're a fan of Kilchoman, or just a fan of Islay whiskeys in general, you will enjoy this one, but you do have to be okay with a particularly sweet sherried influence. The leather, the fruits, the barbecue sauce, those grilled charry notes, all of it works for me. Now, a lot of you Islay purists are going to come at me for what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I like this better than Ardbeg 5, Ardbeg 10, Kalila 12, almost any entry-level or even mid-range Laphroaig. I think this is affordable Islay at its finest. Hot take, I know, but this is a heavy hitter in its category and it doesn't get the respect it deserves. We have a vibrant bite of young peat, we have a sweet layer of sherry, we have a solid, unique profile from the distillate itself. All of these things come together beautifully. This never tastes generic or boring. My score for this whiskey is going to be 88. This is also a great whiskey for reachability. It's very Moorish. I find myself reaching for this bottle pretty often. And usually for me, when I buy a bottle, it's going to last several months, sometimes years even. I've only had this bottle for about 3 weeks, and I'm already pretty much halfway done it, so it is obviously one that I like a lot. I reach for it a lot. It's definitely a whiskey that kind of suits my preferences, my style. It might not be to your taste, but I think generally speaking, if you're a fan of that peat sherry combo, you'll be happy with this one. Good value on this one. Like I said, it is a notch more expensive than your entry-level Mocker Bay. I think if you're looking for a Kilchoman that's more raw, bare bones, distillate driven, yeah, you should go for the Mocker Bay. As I said, it is cheaper. But if you're like me and you prefer your sherried whiskeys, you're probably going to head straight for our Sanaig here. Like I said, this is one of your better options within its price category. Now, of course, it's nowhere near the level that we get with the Loch Gorm or some of their more premium expressions, but where I live, this is just over half the price of those ones. So if you want to keep things affordable, this is a great buy. There aren't a lot of Islay offerings that are similarly priced that do it as well as this. So excellent whiskey, and it's actually one of my favorite casual sippers at the moment. Pick it up if you can. Alright, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit subscribe down below, click that little bell icon, and of course, smash the like. Now, I do want to hear from you. Have you tried our Kilchoman Sanaig? What were your thoughts on it? And finally, down in the comments, let me know what you want to see me review next, and I'll keep it in mind for my upcoming videos. Bye, guys.